President, I speak to this amendment in no small part because it was an amendment that I had and then withdrew in support of the gentleman from Tazewell. I'm going to urge you to support this amendment for a couple of other new reasons. One is that our police right now are in trouble. If you go to the academies, if you have an academy in your area, you've noticed that the number of individuals that they've been able to recruit is dramatically down. Number two, in my area, we are losing police officers to the trucking companies, because the pay is just so much greater. Mr. President, I think also, as most of you know, I'm very supportive of the state police provisions that are in the budget. I know that the Senator from Spotsylvania has others. But I think the message we're sending today in regards to our sheriffs is important at this critical time. This would be a message that simply says that while we are going to take care of our state police, may even do it more, that we care deeply about our sheriff's deputies at this time. Number two, if you say, well, what about the police departments? I got to admit, I've got an amendment that goes after police departments too, because it's those two. When you look at that primary group, like in Bedford County, that is the law enforcement agency, 88% of all criminal matters are dealt with by the sheriff's department, and they simply can't recruit enough to bring them in. This is an important message. Later, you're going to hear that while this group has decided not to, quote, defund the police, and I'm delighted, that's been a bipartisan push, there are a couple of things that are happening. One, with the inflation, it is in many ways reducing the power of spending for police. Next, they cannot bring in the staff that out there. And we're going to talk later on about the fact that our sheriff's departments are having more and more people taken off the streets because they're doing more and more TDOs, and those individuals are simply not available. The net result, and I had a law enforcement agency tell me recently, they had 11 people for their entire region, 11, that 6 of them were doing TDOs, and they could not hire for 27 positions because they weren't available. I think this will stop the bleeding, and I fully respect the chair's thoughts, and I think she's correct. We have asked that there be a study. Hopefully there'll be a comprehensive review on this. But I think when it comes to our sheriff's deputies and later on our police department, this is a pretty important matter. So, Mr. President, I hope that we would support the amendment.